Hey, welcome back. I know it's been a few days. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Uh, yeah, I know it's been about like 10 days since I last uploaded the second part to this series. I was kind of busy. My family came over to visit, and I was also like looking for like a new job and stuff, and also I've been trying to get my license, or trying to get that shit sorted out. So yeah, it's been a busy few days, so sorry I haven't uploaded in a bit. But welcome to part 3 of Don't Starve Together. If you haven't watched the first 2 parts of this series, then I'll give you a quick summary of what happened. Basically, I started this series to try and defeat the Ancient Fuel Weaver and the Celestial Champion. I'm gonna do the Ancient Fuel Weaver first, and then I'm gonna fight the Celestial Champion whenever I feel I'm ready to do that. A lot of stuff has changed since I last updated. They had like a brand new update come out that added a ton of new stuff. Like they added a new mob in the form of marauders. I think they're called marauders. They're basically like just otters. They're literally just like otter snake things. I don't know how to describe them. 2 new characters got skill trees, those 2 characters being Winona and Wirt, which is dope. I actually also, in my spare time when I was over the break I had between this episode, I tested out both of their skill trees. I really like Winona's skill trees, but I don't really fuck with Wirt's that much. I think Wirt's is fine, but Winona's is like really good. So maybe in the future we could look at that sometime. They also added 2 new really cool looking trees that you could get if you go in the ocean. There's like, I don't remember what the trees are called, but they have like a rock tree and a swamp tree, and they give you like gems and like a special fruit that gives you night vision. But one of the major things that they added was like a rework to Crab King, which I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason why that I didn't fight, or I wasn't gonna go for the Celestial Champion first, is purely because of Crab King. Like, I absolutely hated the OG version of Crab King, so hopefully the new one is like a little bit better. But again, we don't have to worry about that until we're done with the whole Ancient Fuel Weaver thing. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. But yeah, I think that about covers it for like why I haven't uploaded in a few days and stuff. It's just because I was busy. So now that that's all taken care of, let's get into the video. Also, I just woke up, so that's why I sound like the way I do. So yeah. Last time when I ended the last episode off screen, I gathered some wood to make some wooden flooring to make my base look a little bit nicer. So you didn't miss that. I just didn't record it because I didn't think it was worth recording, because it was just me gathering resources. It took a whole day though, because I gathered a lot of wood. I also noticed when I was checking the map, because I was trying to see if I can where the marble set piece was and all the suspicious marble pieces were. I thought I didn't find the third suspicious marble piece for the night, but after checking the map, I noticed that I did actually find that. I just didn't notice it. Another thing that I didn't notice when I was exploring last episode as the Weregoose was I also managed to find Mactus. I didn't notice it, but I checked the map, and apparently I found him at some point. So, yeah, that's the thing. You also may have noticed that at some point that I crafted a beefalo saddle and a beefalo bell. I wasn't gonna bring it up until now, but basically, in order to transport these suspicious marble pieces, you need to domesticate a beefalo. Beefalo domestication is a very long process. I think it's a total of 15 days it takes you to fully domesticate a beefalo, but it's definitely worth it because the beefalo give you like, they're really good for like they give you like some of the fastest speed that is achievable in the game. They give you protection, since whenever you take melee damage, the beefalo will tank that for you, and they have like 1000 health. And yeah, they're just really good. So I decided to get the suspicious marble pieces transported. So I decided to tame this beefalo, and I decided to name her Wednesday. Why did I choose to name her Wednesday? That's just what I always name my beefalo. Because if you notice, all the characters in Don't Starve Together have names that start with W. And I was trying to come up with a clever name that started with the letter W, and I decided to go for Wednesday. I don't know why. It is my favorite day of the week, and you know, the beefalo can never do anything wrong. They're some of my favorite mobs in the game, so I feel like Wednesday was the perfect name for beefalo. I'll explain more about beefalo domestication when it pops up, or like when I get an opportunity to. I should have waited until later on in the day to record this audio. Yeah, I'm gonna go drink some coffee. I'll be back when I get the set pieces. When I was on my way to get the suspicious marble piece for the knight statue, I happened to notice that there was another knight suspicious marble piece closer to my base. Those two marble pieces that you just saw on screen now were like not there before when I last played on this world. So I'm not sure what that whole situation is. It was just kind of confusing. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest, but I'm not complaining because that just made my job easier getting the stuff set up, so that's cool. Since I'm here, I might as well explain how beefalo domestication works, or at least try to in the best of my abilities. Basically, when you're taming a beefalo, the way you tame a beefalo is you feed the beefalo like vegetables or other plant-based stuff. The two best things you can feed your beefalo are either grass or twigs, because they're super common and the beefalo will eat them. There are basically like 3 invisible bars that the beefalo has that you don't get to see. There is the beefalo's health, there is the hunger, and then there's also I think it's called the loyalty meter. And the loyalty meter basically, I think, determines how long you could ride your beefalo. And every time you feed your beefalo something, it doesn't matter how much hunger that thing gives the beefalo, it goes up by 10. So if you feed your beefalo 10 food items, or like 10 things that the beefalo can eat, like twigs and grass, for example, you have 100% loyalty, which means you'll be able to ride the beefalo longer. You also get to ride the beefalo longer the closer it is to being domesticated, which is another invisible stat you can't see. You domesticate the beefalo by riding the beefalo, feeding the beefalo, brushing the beefalo with like a special brush that you could craft, and you also do it by fighting with the beefalo. Depending on the actions that you take when you're domesticating the beefalo, your beefalo can develop one of like 4 tendencies. There's the default beefalo, the pudgy beefalo, the rider beefalo, and the ornery beefalo. These tendencies are basically like they affect the stats of your beefalo. The default beefalo is just a normal beefalo. The pudgy beefalo is the slowest and the weakest of the beefalo variants, but it gives you a positive sanity aura. That one is usually not worth going for. The 2 beefalo variants that you want are either the rider or the ornery, because the rider has the fastest movement speed out of all the beefalo types, so you'll be able to get around the place insanely quickly. I'm pretty sure the rider beefalo is on par in terms of speed with the weregoose, so it's basically like the weregoose transformation, but like forever, and that's super useful. The ornery beefalo does the same amount of damage as a fully like a fresh ham bat, so, and it doesn't spoil and over time, so that's insanely useful. The only downside to ornery beefalos is that you need to feed them something before they allow you to ride them, so that could be an issue if you have an ornery beefalo, especially if you're trying to do boss fights with them. I remember I died a very embarrassing death off screen in one of my other worlds when I was playing as Winona. I had an ornery beefalo, and I was trying to fight the shadow set pieces, and they killed me because my beefalo wouldn't let me ride her. So that was a very unfortunate thing that happened there. But yeah, I got the 3rd suspicious marble piece. So yeah, let's cut to me setting that up. Now that I have all the suspicious marble pieces gathered, I'm going to now repair the marble statues, which, as you can see, look like the clockwork mobs that we saw in the last episode. The way the shadow pieces work is that basically whenever you mine a fully repaired statue on the new moon, so like when the moon is fully dark, it will spawn all 3 of the bosses. So in order for us to fight the shadow pieces, we now need to wait until the next new moon, and then we'll be able to fight them. So yeah, there really isn't much else to say without spoiling the boss fight, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait for the new moon now. While I was chilling at my base with Wednesday, I set up a think tank so I can craft some ocean equipment, like a ship and all that good stuff. I'm not gonna craft anything ocean related now because I'm trying to get everything set up for when winter arrives. But I just thought I would mention it, I went back to the mosaic biome to do some good old-fashioned grave robbing, hopefully get some trinkets and stuff, and I managed to get a blue gem, which is pretty cool. Get it? Because the blue gem is cold, because that's how the gems work. That was stupid, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna take those trinkets back to the Pig King, and yeah, I'm gonna drink some more coffee now. While I was exploring the Oasis Desert, trying to get some more cactus, I get jumped by a couple hounds, and we get to see my beefalo kick some ass. So that's cool. I also get attacked by a shadow creature for the first time. I mentioned it in the second episode, but basically, whenever your sanity gets to a certain point, these shadow creatures will attack you. Like, you'll see them. That was my phone. You'll see them when your sanity gets lower and lower, and they're just kind of like hallucinations at first. But after a certain point, they actually become aggressive and try to attack you. So that's a thing. Whenever you kill a shadow creature, you get nightmare fuel, which is one of the most valuable resources in the game. So sometimes it can be worth going insane just to get some nightmare fuel. But it kind of just depends on the situation. Like, if you're out exploring, like I am, you don't have to worry about shadow creatures that much, because they're kind of easy to deal with. They're very easy to kite, as you see. You just run away once and hit them like that, and then teleport, and you just repeat that process. There is a second variation of a shadow creature called the Terrorbeak, because this one is called the Crawling Horror, which is the slower one. And then there's another one called the Terrorbeak, which is a lot faster. That one's a little bit more dangerous, but they're both relatively easy to deal with. One is just faster than the other. The kiting pattern is just the same. So yeah, I killed those nightmare creatures. I'm gonna cook me up some cactus, feed Wednesday some twigs, and I'm gonna fast forward and jog my memory because I don't remember what happened next after this. I remember what happened now. I came across the new mob, the Marauder, I think is what they're called. These are the new mobs that were added in the latest update. They're basically otters. They have like little dens that they go and store stuff that they find, and they don't like it when you have meat in your inventory. As you can see, they took one of my Weremoose idols, because if you don't know, the Weremoose idols require monster meat, which I guess counts as meat for them, so they'll take the Weremoose idol from my inventory. So I need to stay clear of otter dens. I don't really know too much about these guys because they're like new. I haven't experimented with them that much, but that's cool that they were added into my world, because I started this world before the update came out, so I guess they added in a bunch of new stuff to it, which is really cool. You also may have noticed that some of the trees have lost their leaves, and that's because winter is coming in pretty soon now. So yeah. I really should have waited until later on in the day to record this audio. I cook up some cactus and prepare myself for the first boss fight of this run, because I figured since I'm playing as Woody and the nights are pretty long at this point in the game, I figured it would be a good time to try and fight the Eye of Terror, which is the Terraria boss. So yeah, we're gonna fight that boss now. So I said this before, but basically the way it works is that you touch the terrarium, and then at night it shoots up a giant light in the sky, and that light summons the boss. So we're gonna fight the boss now. The Eye of Terror is pretty straightforward to beat. He has like 3 attacks. He has a dash attack that was that, and he also can spawn little minions called peepers that will give you some problems if you let them be. They're not that hard to deal with when you're playing as Woody, because Woody's Weremoose form does enough damage to just basically one-shot them. So we made it to the second phase where now the Eye of Terror is gonna just start dashing around like a madman. He's still relatively easy. He just gets a new move where he slams the ground like that. So he's a bit more dangerous in this form, but it's nothing that I can't handle. I've beaten this guy so many times. It's insane. Yeah. I'm just gonna fight Peepers. Take care of him like that. I also go insane during the boss battle. So now I'm getting attacked by some crawling horrors and Terrorbeak. But I killed the boss as soon as they showed up, so those could have been a problem earlier if I was playing against any other character who wasn't Woody, because dealing with shadow creatures as Woody when he's in his werewolf's form is really easy, because you just do so much damage, and the shadow creatures don't really have that much health, so yeah. That's our first boss of the run down. And we also got to pull off the dance. How cool is that? Look at that. I love that. That's one of my favorite parts about Woody, is the fact that he has different dances whenever he's in one of his transformations. It's just such a cool thing. Something else that happened is that it is now winter, which means we need to deal with freezing and other winter-related obstacles, so that will become an issue. But also, you might have noticed that Wednesday has a red butt. That means Wednesday has gone into heat, because apparently she's not close enough in the domestication process for her to not be able to go into heat. Basically, at the start of winter, Beefalo who are not domesticated or not fully domesticated will go into heat, which basically means that they will begin to reproduce other Beefalo. And when they are in heat, they become super aggressive. So that's an issue, because Wednesday, even though she's in the process of being domesticated, I can't ride or do anything with her while she's in heat. So I'm gonna have to just build a salt lick to kind of keep her preoccupied while I wait for her to not be in heat. That's gonna become extremely annoying during spring, because in winter Beefalo don't stay in heat forever, but in spring they stay in heat for the whole season, so that's a problem. So yeah, I'm just gonna move Wednesday over in this direction and set up a salt lick to kind of keep her domestication meter paused, because that's what the salt lick does. So yeah, that's the thing. As I'm setting up the salt lick, a bunch of pangolins spring up from the ocean. Pangolins are basically like penguins. Well, that's exactly what they are. They're a very neutral mob that don't attack you unless you attack them. And because Wednesday is in heat, she will attack basically anything that gets too close to her. I try and help her kill off the pangolins before they kill her, but unfortunately I wasn't fast enough and they killed Wednesday, which is really bad. I was really looking forward to fully domesticating Wednesday, because I really like the rider Beefalo. So let us take a moment of silence to remember Wednesday. After mourning the loss of Wednesday, I decided to go and murder somebody to let out this excessive amount of rage. Without a Beefalo, I somberly and alone make my way over to Mactusk. Mactusk, like the Pangos, is a mob that only shows up during winter, and he's pretty dangerous if you don't know how to deal with him, because he's one of the only ranged enemies in the game, and he also has one of the fastest movement speeds of any mob in the game. And if you try and fight him like a normal mob, you're just gonna have like a panic attack, because he's extremely annoying, because he'll just constantly run away from you. I'll show you all how to deal with him though when we get there. Also, because I was too preoccupied with Mactusk, or just like I just wasn't paying attention, it is the night of the new moon, and I'm nowhere near the shadow set piece, so that's a wasted opportunity to get that done. So yeah, not only did I lose my Beefalo, I also just missed out on an opportunity to get my second boss fight done. So I'm an idiot. I let out my inner beast and decided to teach Mactusk a lesson for the crime of existing, and I kill him extremely easily, because the Weremoose is a bit overkill for dealing with Mactusk, but I don't care, because I hate Mactusk, and he's a little annoying. So I died so many times to this fucking mob, it's ridiculous. When I was starting out, Mactusk, the reason why he's a very high value target is because he drops two extremely valuable items that are very, very useful to have. He drops his tusk, which you can use to craft the walking cane, which is basically like a walking stick, but better, because it has infinite durability and it makes you move even faster than a walking stick. And he also drops something called the Tam O'Shanter, which not only gives you insulation during winter, so it acts as like a winter hat, but really, really good. It also gives you a positive sanity regen, which is super good. I think they both have a 50% chance of dropping, and as you can see, I got very unlucky because he didn't drop his tusk or Tam, so that means I have to wait for him to respawn in order to try again. You could also find another Mactusk, but usually you could only have up to, I think, 4 Mactusk camps in a world at any given time. There's the normal Mactusk camp, which is in the Moonstone biome, I think it's called, which is the one we just were at. Somewhere in that forest where Mactusk was, there's like a Moonstone, which is something you need to do in order to get to the Celestial Champion. But there's also a very rare biome that can show up called the Triple Mactusk biome, which has, as the name suggests, 3 Mactusk camps. But after searching around, I'm just gonna give you a spoiler. I didn't find that, so like that's what I'm doing right now. I was so disappointed I didn't get the tusk or the Tam that I decided to spend some time searching around the nearby area to see if I could find the Triple Mac biome, and I had no luck in that adventure. So yeah, it's been a productive 2 days, you know. I lost my Beefalo, I killed Mactusk, and I didn't get the Tam or the tusk. So yeah, I'm really happy about that, you know. I'm very glad that my one and only source of reliable transportation is dead, and I didn't get a walking cane to compensate for that. That fills me with so much joy. RNG, how I love you. In all serious note, like that was dumb. I think I'm gonna call this episode here. We got a lot done in this episode. We got the shadow set pieces set up. We have had a beefalo tamed. We had one. That will never. Wednesday will never be forgotten. I will memorialize her when I get a chance. And I also found this, the other shadow set piece. This is a rare thing that shows up sometimes. It has 2 knights, a bishop, and a rook, so that's pretty cool. I don't know why that was there. I'm pretty sure that wasn't there in my world before, so maybe it has to do with like the new update or whatever. But yeah, that's the thing. We killed our first boss, so that's pretty cool. We got the eye mask, which I didn't mention. Basically, the reason why you would want to kill the Eye of Terror is the Eye of Terror drops a really good item called the eye mask. That is basically a football helmet that you could feed food to restore its durability. So it's basically an infinite durability helmet, which is super useful. So yeah. It was a semi-productive episode. We did get a lot done, but a lot of things kind of went wrong in the end, so that's unfortunate. I'm gonna try and have a more consistent upload schedule, because like I said, I'm sorry it was like a 10-day gap between this episode and the last one. I was just busy, as I said. But yeah, you stuck around. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.